Best. I'm about to say, but Senku wouldn't want that. Uh-huh. Why does he want to be at the back? Hi everyone, my name is Mimi and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be reacting to Dr. Stone Season 4, Episode 15, The Escape. Last episode, they met this new character, Chelsea. She's a geographer and she has the whole map of the world inside of her head. Senku asked her how they could get through the South Americas quicker, and she found a point. But then, in order to navigate through, they needed to build bikes. So they decided to do that, and then they were gonna also, with her help, find rubber because they're gonna need those for the tires. And then at one point in the episode, Perseus was catching up to them. And then they decided to use the kites that Chelsea had made as sails for their boat, and they turned it into a sailboat, and then they were running fast away from Perseus, I guess. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys like my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingme. And now let's start this episode, and here we go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
Rubber trees? Rubber trees? I missed my old intro. We haven't met that character yet. The way the intro just sort of like switch here towards sort of like a hopeful sound. Like, see how he was doing, then it comes there, and it's like, let's look up toward the stars and hope for the better future or something. I don't know. Class clearly too. What was that reaction? Uh-huh. Yes.
そこで人類は20世紀初頭、これがパナマ運河です。説明は以上となります。
Thank you for that.
スタンリーたちのデカ空母じゃさすがに通れないじゃん。おお、じゃあ今からそのバナナ運
バナナバナナかな。
それだ。ゴムの木行き、パナマ運河行き、二手に分かれる。反射断面積が本物と似るように、わざとレーダーに見つかりやすい飾りをいっぱいつけよう。パナマ行きのおとり役にはそのまま撃たれて死んでもらう。いやダメだろう、そんな作戦は。本気なの今日。そういうの大嫌いそうな主が。そいつとはここで永遠のお別れだ。誰と。
Why are they making it dramatic? I know nobody's gonna die, but I'm like, oh. See, I didn't know one's gonna die, so I'm like. I know. Sorry, Kaseki. But would they believe it and go toward it? Somehow, I don't think so.
旧人類の英知パナマ運河のせいでおとりって分かっててもいうことよスタンリーちゃん逐一入れてくんね切れる小細工
Oh, the way manual labor is all so taxing on Senku. Just his face, you could tell. Like physical exertion.
ゴムの木に切り込み入れて樹液をひたすら集める。イカはやったことあるんだよ。
Do you need a whole lot?
いいのか？人質に武器になるものを渡すとは。
それにゼノちゃんはセンクちゃんと一緒。この国はジーマーで嘘つかない。
Yeah.
ただし通信機にだけは絶対近寄らせない。
おお、残念。巣で固めて硫黄の粉を混ぜた樹液をローラーでこねまくれば。
何これ何これこんな引っ張って伸びちゃうのにょーって
Don't let go and just fall into the water.
オチのドイヒ三条が読めるやつ。
See? 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 And he fell.
そうだ、大樹。体を使うことはてめえに任せる。久しぶりに聞いたなそのフレーズ。大樹のフルパワーで伸ばしてベロベロにする。そこでハンコ。
なんだゼノ、君は敵なのにまためっぽう協力的。
He's science.
自身の安全のためだよ。もっとも千空が仕切るのであればその心配はないがね。あとは俺が気合で息を吹き込めば。
I don't think, yeah. Bruh.
これが
これがゴム。竹の車輪とは乗り心地もスピードも次元が違うぞ。
I thought for a second, like, Stanley shot at them or something.
ラボカーのおとりでの時間稼ぎも何日稼げるかわからんからな。この動き無人のおとりだ。
Oh, bye bye, lap car.
やはり本物は南へ向かったもう一艘の船です。反転全身全速。
着いたー。エクアドルのここ。私ら降りるとこ。
Did they make the backs already?
隠れながら進むのは無理そうですが。
木材もすべて剥がせ。燃料になる。
木材が
燃料？
正確には木を燃やしてガスで走るということだ。ボスバイク1台と小バイクを5台作んだよ。みんな
They're here.
ラボカーが撃沈された。
Okay.
反転して全速でこっちに向かってる。
Oh, so that's the smile that I saw. Okay. The when I saw the intro, I think it was the first one. Orale, orale. That one. There was always a character in there that has this smile on his face, and I always think it's Ryusui, but I wasn't totally sure until I saw him smile right here. They're here.
とうとう来ちゃったんだよ。スタンリーたちの船が。
Okay, so he's here. Okay. I was like, they couldn't leave him. They could not leave him behind. They cannot leave him behind.
あいつらそんなもんどっから
船旅しながら作った
Yes, they did.
なあスタンリーたちの包囲網
Probably not.
すぐに第二の網遠距離集中砲火が来るよ。
いいのかい人質の僕を盾にしなくて
もちろんしますよ。
But
こん中だと躊躇なくそういうことで
I'm about to say, but Senku wouldn't want that.
こんなにもちゃんとしているゼノ君がなぜわざわざ自分を危険にさらすことを
Why does he want to be at the back?
これなら向こうから何にも見えないんだよ
よーし
I don't know. I'm worried. Yeah, see?
ショットが来る全員頭を下げるんだ
ヘッドって
誰だ司と氷河が
命には
消すべきカードを瞬時に見定め司と氷河の腕を
ゼノなら残すぜ。俺らに手がかりの情報を。どんな状態だろうとな。
Morse code.
モールス信号じゃ。瞬きの。眠りな。
飛行機を飛ばそうとしてる戦闘機の航続射程こそが3つ目にして最大の網というわけか
砂漠で上空を戦闘機に飛ばれたら生き延びる手はゼロだ。
Why did he say that if they're in the air? Oh, okay.
急にエンジンがぶっ壊れた
How did that happen? Is that gas that they used? Oh, okay.
敵に100億%分取られるっつう兵器をまんま素直に渡すバカいるわけねえだ。ぶち込んどいてやったわ。
What did I do?
気づいた時には砂糖が全部カーボンスラッジになって
Okay. You angry?
バイクで一路南米横断だ
ああ速攻で向かうぞ。石化の聖地にな。
I feel like there wasn't much in this episode that happened. It's just them building the finding rubber tree. I didn't even know that the rubber comes from a tree. So when he was saying rubber tree, I'm like, huh? Rubber tree? Yeah, but they were using the sap from the tree to make the rubber. So before they even went there, they're like, okay, Stanley is on us. We need to find some way to try to escape him, because it's like if we have to stop and look for rubber, he's gonna catch up to us. So they decided to sacrifice the lab car, make it an unmanned ship, going through the Panama Canal, I guess, and having Stanley and his ship focus on them while they make their way up to the rubber trees and in order to build their bikes. And it worked. For a second it worked, but then they turned back around and were on their tails again. So they made the rubber. The Zeno, of course, was helping them. At first, well, again, it's like you're a man of science, so you're always going to be honest about science, and that's true. And then when they were on the ship, he was also helping make the rubber, the tires and everything. And he's like, yeah, I'm helping because I don't want to die. I don't care what happens to you guys, but my safety is paramount. But then again, with Senku on the helm, I'm not really afraid. So it's like, he has absolute trust in Senku's science. But then he's still helping. So, okay, he helped. They made the tires. They were using, as they were traveling, they were using parts of the boat that they were on to make stuff. Then they get to the land, and they basically took apart the ship, the wood to make fuel, gas, and stuff. And then yeah, they were there. Stanley shows up, and they just bust through the ship with their bikes, and then they started running. And then they were, the first step was sort of to get out of their close proximity or whatever. They got out of that, and then they came to the long range weapons. They started firing, or so started doing some kind of smoke blind spot. They were creating a whole bunch of dust in the air to block the views of the gunmen and everything. And at one point, Zeno basically gave Hyoga the idea of putting him at the back. And Hyoga's like, wait, why is he volunteering that, you know? And it turns out that he did that in order to send a signal to Stanley with his eyes using Morse code. I just don't know what he told Stanley, but he clearly told him something. And Stanley, being the shot that he was, of course he does not want to hit Zeno, and he did not hit Zeno, but he hit our two strongest fighters, Tsukasa and Hyoga, in order to cripple us a little bit. And then that happened, and then they're like, okay, we need to clear another stage, which was the airplane. When they are in the air, they can just like shoot us from the air. And then the plane started, but they just quickly went down because Senku put sugar water inside the engine, the fuel, I guess, and that messes up things. So the plane went down. I'm like, okay. So I believe, yeah, there wasn't anything else that they needed to evade. So with that, they were able to put distance, I guess, between them and Stanley. But Stanley has his marching orders, I guess, from Zeno, and we don't know what those orders are. And now our team is heading to the location where the petrification beam started. Oh, that's probably what he told Stanley, where they're located, because it was him and Senku and Krum that figured out exactly where on the map the beam originated from, and that's where they headed. So he probably gave them that location. He morsed the location to Stanley. So yeah, they sooner or later they were gonna meet back up. So yeah, they're gonna get there. The thing is, it's gonna take Stanley a little while before he gets there, because the plane is down. They don't have bikes, not that I know of, and our team has bikes, so they sort of like have the upper hand when it comes to this. So yeah, I guess we'll see when they get to that location what they're gonna find. I'm excited for that, but I'm not excited for when Stanley shows up. Because the guy is clearly, he's an outstanding marksman. So it's like, I'm afraid for our team. They have no compulsion about killing anybody. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to Stanley, but I'm looking forward to what they're gonna find when they get to that location. So, thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, the link is gonna be in the pinned comment, so you can just click on it and you can watch it right now, and you can also catch up with all my previous Dr. Stone reactions. There's a playlist in the comment as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I love you, baby. 歌い続けましょう。どんな試練ものもどんな予想ものもどこの燃える